no doubt the star man of that match. Let me tell you about...
And Dannett, who did so well in that third round at Bradford, to retain, and Steve Norton just manages to sneak in on that substitutes bench. One or two doubts in the Wigan camp earlier in the week, but those two doubts over Joe Lydon and the prop forward Ian Roberts satisfactorily cleared, so a full strength team there from Wigan. And it's more than interesting to see Wigan there, Alec, already using that very strong wind, isn't it?
Yes, well, this is a tactic, Ray, that the Wigan coach Graham Lowe uses regular. It's a thing they do very well. They put the ball deep in the old territory, and the way they tackle, they do it as if to keep them in their own half.
Yes, Wigan then, with that strong breeze blowing from left to right in the cherry and white shirts, and holding those ever so traditional irregular black and white stripes. Softening up in the forwards here, Phil Windley, old number 7, just bringing the ball away, looking for support from the flank. Schofield. And that's a good kick. Again, Gary Schofield started his tricks already with that kick, and interesting to see him put a very low kick along the ground there, because again of this wind, isn't it?
Yes, and it's nice to see a player of this fella's calibre, you know, being able to think. He not only can score tries, he can also put the ball deep, and this is what Hull want early on in the game.
First scrum of the game, young Sean Edwards there at scrum half, Wigan number 7. Well, Rob Lowe just managed to get hold of that ball. First infringement then. I think very, very cold here. Very cold hands from one or two of these players. And Ian Roberts, knock on. First penalty there now to Wigan, Joe Lydon. Skipper Andy Goodway just really wanting a position, not really looking for distance, and he doesn't really find it. Wigan, the holders of this John Player Special Trophy, beating the other Humberside neighbours, Hulkingston Rovers, last season, 11 points to 8. Well, one or two of these sides favouring these complicated moves around the play of the balls, but not really gaining much in terms of yardage. Rob Lowe, number 11, ex-Springbok, South African Union captain, and I think rightly penalised, kicking out at the tackler. I think Lowe was wanting to get on to play the ball, but the referee, Mr. Holsworth, from Leeds, right on the spot. Very fit, fast lad, John Holsworth. Patrick. Unusual to see a tap penalty move bringing a stand-off through, Alex.
Yes, it is, Ray, but the amazing part about this whole side at the moment is how the improvement has occurred in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
And I get the feeling that this Wigan side a little bit disconcerted at the moment by the pressure of Hull, the keenness of the tackling. Just look at that, 3 men straight in there, and that's what happens.
I think also, you know, Ray, with this whole pack, they're a very, very young side, and Len Casey will have, you know, he'll have got them well stoked up and say, come on, we can get into this. If there is a weakness about Wigan, it's got to be the 6 forwards, because they're an individual pack, and whole young boys will probably say, well, come on, let's get into them.
Gary Pearce then to put to touch. Oh, and that's a good kick against the wind. He angled that well, did Pearce, flighted it well. Just 10 yards from that Wigan line now. Well, I can't understand, Alec, why you send a stand-off at the line 5 yards from the line. Usually used to send a 15-stone man like this.
Well, he's probably a very strong lad, and maybe that's the reason he's got a bandage around his head. He's probably took too many short balls with.
Hull on the attack, Crane. Referee John Holsworth looking for assistance from his touch judge for the knock-on there, but the touch judge signalled the play on. Attempted drop from Crooks, and it's there. Yes, good tactical move there from Lee Crooks. I think he realised that Hull had camped out in that 25-yard line for far too long. They had to come away with a point, and they do. 1-0 then for Hull. Very good piece of play.
And this is good thinking by Lee Crooks here. He knows that any point is a bonus in this half against a very strong wind. Pops it up, look how low it is. Very strong, and does well to kick that.
And that's a good kick by Lydon. Not really seen much of this famous Wigan attacking potential, but a long time to go. And this is one of the major assets of this Wigan side. They have so many brilliant individuals that whether the team is playing good, bad or indifferent, one of them can suddenly pull the game out of the fire.
I think, you know, this is the part of the field that Wigan will want to play in, because they've got the three-quarter line. Lee Crooks is saying to them, come on, give me the ball a little bit earlier, but I think that was really a bad kick from him.
And that's a good heel. Young Sean Edwards there. Maurice Bamford earlier on Grandstand was talking about youngsters, and certainly there is one youngster coming on in the game, signed as a professional at 17. Ten minutes gone. Hull just with that single drop goal lead for Lee Crooks. 1-0. Oh, that's a good tackle. Schofield in, not giving Case the time to set the movement up. Roberts, good ball to Bell. Just a hint there of some of the quality, class rugby that Wigan can suddenly turn on in a game. 3 or 4 passes suddenly put together, and danger lurks. Penalty. Offside.
Sorry, Ray, I think that is the danger signs to, you know, Hull. They must not give penalties away in this situation, because with people like Lydon and Hanley and Gill around, this is a very, very dangerous situation.
Yes, Wigan already beaten Hull very convincingly, 34 points to 7 in the league, but cup ties are different. Edwards to Potter. Wigan's turn to use the forwards now. Young Dermot, will he go on his own? He does. This boy Martin Dermot's already got 2 tries this season. Hanley. Very strong, very powerful frame. Shrugs off people. 22 tries already to his credit this season. And Lee Crooks comes up with the ball.
I think also, looking at this, the way that Wigan are playing, they're using Sean Edwards as ball distributor. And Hull are really moving into him and knocking him on the floor. They realise if they put him on the floor, there's no movement from Wigan.
Certainly a lot of fire, a lot of heart in this Hull pack. To Hampson. Ooh, that's a bad pass to Gill. And certainly this whole side have got Wigan rattled. I don't think I've seen as many bad passes given out by Wigan all season. No support, nobody coming off the ball. And a long time to go. To Goodway. Oh, good play by Edwards.
The problem with this side really is at the flick of a switch they can produce people like Sean Edwards and Hanley and Gill, and you know, the game takes a different perspective.
Well taken. Jane O'Hara. And a good run from Jane O'Hara. These New Zealanders will be very keen to impress their ex-coach Graham Lowe, now coaching Wigan. Oh, and Tracy Lazenby. Well, he's played in the backs last week. We saw this lad come on against Bradford last Saturday afternoon in Grandstand, do a good performance. This lad, number 8, Al, it reminds me of the old style prop forward in the old unlimited tackle days.
Yes, it's the short back inside haircut, what might be a bit deceiving, but he's a good, strong lad. He's one of these who just takes the ball straight, and he says, well, I've got the ball, I'm going to shift somebody.
Oh, and that's a good kick from Pearce. It's put pressure on him. It is, yes. Perfectly judged kick from Gary Pearce. Obviously using tactics from his rugby union days. Judged it to perfection in that corner. Keeps the pressure on Wigan. Still just that 9th minute drop goal by Lee Crooks. Oh, that's a good heel against the head. Windley, is he over? Yes, he is. Well, there didn't look to be a gap, and I think Wigan coach Graham Lowe must be asking himself, where was the scrum half? Where was the loose forward? It's often on the cards a try like that when you take a scrum against the head. But Windley took advantage of it, and that's 5 points to 0 for Hull now. Who would have thought that?
Well, you wouldn't believe there's a strike against the area, and a little Windley, and he has 3 or 4 goals. He looks like a little Anty, and he's on his knees. He slips Sampson, he's beat Sean Edwards, falls, gets up, has another go, falls again, and just gets there.
Gary Pearce, difficult kick against this wind. Already kicked 26 goals since joining Hull. Flights it round, no, face of the post. So 5 points to 0 for Hull, and already trouble here. It looks as if Martin Dermott, the hooker, is going off, and Richard Russell coming on. This lad, a local ex-Colt player, normally a back. Well, it'll be interesting, Alec, to see the lineup now. Wigan really struggling.
Well, I think you'll find out that they'll probably stick Richard Russell at hooking, but the way things have been going, they all have been checking the ball against the head, and he's been striking it very well. This could be another extra problem for Wigan.
Yes, a tragedy there. Martin Dermott gone off with rib damage. And really the Wigan pack was a little on the light side in comparison to this Hull team. Crooks. Good driving from these props. Well, that's all on. Ellery Hanley did well to get that. The 2 Hull lads waiting 5 yards from the defender. Gill. Sean Edwards at the hub of things, looks to be one player in form, and that's a tremendous kick. As I said, signed for a world record £37,000 when he was only 17 years of age. Ex-schoolboy rugby league and rugby union international. One of the youngsters that I know Maurice Bamford would like to encourage.
this is causing a problem for Wigan, Ray, that Sean Patrick, he's checking every scrum. He must be winning the scrums about 4-1, and this is going to be a big problem because the wind is really blowing down the field, and playing against this wind, this must be a bonus for Wigan, for Hull.
Yes, and this man as well. Often tremendous wind blowing down there. Wigan could be in trouble in the second half if it keeps up. David Stevenson, first touch of the ball. Unusual to see Stevenson on the wing. Normally the centre. Had a good game for Great Britain in that third test. This is more like the Wigan. Dean Bell. This is the danger. Graham Lowe, very, very keen to get the ball out among the backs to run this big whole pack around. Still plenty of time to do that in a semi-final like this. A 5-0 lead to Hull is, it's not a winning margin, not by any means. Oh, that's a good ball. Stevenson. Low. The sixth tackle. Hanley. Yes, good kick. Good kick by Ellery Hanley there. Not often we see Hanley kick, more used to seeing him running, but again, keeps the pressure down here. Hull having great difficulty in kicking their way out. 20 minutes gone, 5 points to 0. That Phil Windley try and the drop goal by Crooks to Hull.
I think this would be a nice scrum for Wigan to win, Ray. I think if they got the ball here, this would be a position where they can work something from.
Yes, both sides had a lot of difficulty in getting there, but Hull, 3 very, very good wins, and those 3 tries from Schofield in that Bradford Northern, 20 points to 8. They'll be looking for another try or 2 from him today. Wigan struggled a little bit, I think, against Lee, 6 points to 2, but again, it was one of those star backs, Ellery Hanley, who pulled them out of the fire. And this Windley certainly having a good battle here with Sean Edwards. What a contrast in styles and abilities. This lad Phil Windley picked up for almost next to nothing from the West Hull Amateur Club, but really having a good game and a try already. Nazen. And these lads, this Alan Tomlinson, this number 8, he certainly takes some pulling down, and it's all energy sapping. And his partner in crime here, Andy Dannett. And Lowe comes up with the ball. Oh, good ball. But that's a good tackle. Tremendous tackle there from Lee Crooks. He spotted the danger. He hung out wide.
I think he also said that there's a little bit of Christmas spirit in that tackle, Ray. And he was saying, I'm getting mine in early.
Gill. Well, Henderson Gill, he's running around everywhere. A little bit like Ringa Ringa Roses, all fall down at the moment, not really going anywhere. Gary Campbell. Very safe full-back, this lad, the New Zealand Test full-back. It's not a very attractive style of rugby, this, Alec, for Hull, but it's a very effective style, isn't it?
Well, I would think, Ray, in the conditions and the way these lads are playing, I think they're doing exactly right. I mean, once they get the ball, they play the 6 tackles. It's 100 mile an hour blowing down this field, and it must be very difficult playing against it.
Windley. Well, he's got it back, yes. Another 6 tackles. Andy Goodway touched it, and he's got it back. Well, nobody wants the ball. I know it's cold and hands are cold, but possession wins matches. Ryan Case.
It's absolutely ferocious, this tackling from Hull. I don't know what he's had him on. He must have had him on the pills pretty early today, but the way they're knocking Wigan down, every man who gets the ball, they're killing him.
Obstruction. Sean Edwards actually would have been better to have given the ball to Rob Lowe rather than Andy Goodway. Crossing.
I think the move was actually on Ray for a good way to check the ball, but maybe Rob Lowe, the South African, if he'd have gone through with his arms up, the ball would have been good. Look out, Ray.
Patrick. I think Rob Lowe must be sick of the sight of these 2 prop forwards, the number of tackles he's had to put in already. Craig. Play on. Joe Lydon almost doing one of his specialities, his interception tries there, but back to Dannett. I have a feeling, Alec, that in the second half we might see quite a few tries, because I don't think this ferocious tackling can stick up much longer.
But I would also put it to you, Ray, that if Hull continue the way they're playing in the second half, they're going to give Wigan a lot of problems. I think Wigan have got to start moving the ball out wide. They've got up the pace and they've got the ability, but they're playing it down the middle, and that's suiting Hull.
Arcoy. Oh, well taken. Very well taken there by Steve Hampson. And a good run out. Looking to Goodway. Has he got the support? Stevenson. Good run and a good tackle by O'Hara. Good battle between these 2 big lads. Now what can Wigan do? Trailing 5 points to 0. Ellery Hanley. I get the feeling that this number 7 could do something, Sean Edwards. He looks to be the man that is making things tick. Potter. Wigan suddenly moved up a gear. Wigan won this trophy twice, beat Hull Kingston Rovers and Leeds in 82-83. Goodway. Oh, this is good play. No, knock on.
I think if I was sat on the bench in Graham Lowe's position, Ray, I'd like to look at it in a different position. David Stevenson, who's playing very well on the wing, who normally is a centre, and I think he could cause more problems playing in his normal position.
Yeah, a little bit of consternation there. I think referee John Holsworth first didn't spot the knock-on and then got the nod from the touch judge, and quite rightly so. It was a knock-on. Phil Windy then to put the ball in. Hull's head and ball, and they get it. Youngster Richard Russell there now in the loose forward position. Andy Goodway in the hooking spot. Certainly these Hull-born and bred forwards doing the job remind me of the days in the 60s with players like Scott and Drake and Johnny Whiteley.
It's also nice to hear the old chorus at the back, Old Faithful. I think it's the first time this season they've been singing it there. They've been very disappointed, the old spectators, but they've come here in force today and they're cheering the side on.
Sean Edwards to feed. And again, Goodway having problems in getting this ball. One of the problems in fielding two backs on the substitutes bench. Although, in contrast, Hull with Norton and Puckering have two forwards on the bench. Good tackle. Beanbell not letting Gary Schofield get an inch. He knows his try scoring potential. Hull keeping this ball close, keeping it tight in the forwards, facing a very, very strong wind. They'll be very happy if they just go in at half-time with a lead, I think.
I think the difference playing with these two sets of forwards is the way the Hull are playing. They're taking the ball, playing 6 tackles and putting Wigan tremendous pressure.
Good kick by Crooks there. It was well judged, well flighted in the wind, but Stevenson was under it. And that's a tackle. And it's that man, Lee Crooks again. What a game this Great Britain player's having. And I think what a game this youngster's having, Sean Edwards. He seems to be the one Wigan back, I think, really making penetration.
Yeah, he's a good player. I signed him at midnight on his 17th birthday in the terraced houses. BBC covered it actually. And, you know, how he's improved at 17 years of age. We signed him on BBC television, and I bet he never thought he'd have played in 2 John Player finals.
Just 10 minutes to half-time, and Wigan certainly needs some points. 5-0 down. Roberts. This number 18, Roberts, playing for in the open side position for the suspended Graham West, the skipper. And I think that too could be causing problems, lacking the open side prop and the hooker, I think.
Yes, and also lacking the leadership. He's a very good captain, and he keeps Wigan under control. But I think this is the danger period we're coming into now. Wigan will want to put up points on the board. Hull would want to keep them out, and it should be very interesting next 10 minutes.
Well, now, was he tackled? Should that have been a penalty? Debatable. Windley. That's a good kick from Crooks, forcing Hampson back. Well, now then, here's something like the old full-back kicking duels we used to see in the 50s when the rules were rather different. Shades of full-backs like Jimmy Ledgard and Glyn Moses, Alec.
Yes, and also good play by Gary Kendall then. There's Stevie Hampson on the floor, and he was the man who kicked the ball. He thought he was doing right at the time. This is what we've been saying about how ferocious this tackle is. They really put him on the floor, and they're making him count.
And it looks as though he might be a visit to the dentist after this game. Wigan then desperate to take advantage of this win. Still 5 points to 0 down. Oh, and it's a whole breakaway. Dannett.
The old forwards, Ray, they're really running rampant. They're taking the ball short, they're taking it straight, and they're supporting the man, and they're really playing well.
It's a game a little bit like the bludgeon and the rapier, this, Alec, the whole bludgeon, and suddenly you get the feeling that Wigan could strike from 70, 80 yards out with this.
Yes, you mustn't let this Wigan off the hook, but the way this full-side are tackling, you've got to give them full credit, Ray. They're going for everything, they're taking every loose ball, and they're coming up with it.
Schofield. Back to Schofield. Very fortuitous bounce there. Hit a Wigan player, another 6 tackles. And Fred Arcoy, normally a very delicate, gifted standoff, playing rather like a loose forward. I think Lee Crooks there, trying a little grubber kick, but didn't quite get his foot to the ball. And a penalty. Hull won this trophy just once in their history, beating their neighbours Hull Kingston Rovers 12-4 in 81-82.
If there's anything lacking in this Wigan side at the moment, Ray, is they look as though they're disorganised. They don't look as though they've got a leader to tell them what to do, because they're certainly standing back and all punching in the middle of the field. In a try of the year, if they'd done the tackle of the year, I think he'd qualify for both of them.
Wigan playing good rugby now. David Stevenson keeping it moving, keeping it going. Henderson Gill, well, he'll want to get in on the act if he can. Ryder. Too far. I think Steve Hampson trying to judge this win, but kicked it too far. Needed more height, I think, on the ball, on the kick, if it was going to be successful.
Wigan really wants another try on the board. I think they realise that the next score will win the match, and you know, the only way that Hull are going to have any chance of winning this game is if they get the ball deep down in the Wigan territory. One or two of the forwards are tending to just drop back now, where he was running in the first half. They're just hanging and having a minute.
Yes, and the Wigan and Hull clubs, I think, keen to get their hands on the prize money. £12,000 at stake for the winners in the final. Oh, that's a good kick from Pearce. Superbly judged, flighted the ball, saved a lot of hard work for his forwards. Hull just a point behind, 6-5. Referee John Holsworth not very happy with that. Oh, and there's one against the head, a vital one. Suddenly there was a gap. Mick Crane saw it, and a good tackler from Ian Potter. But Hull on the attack. No. Lazenby to Norton. Pressure here from Hull. To Crane. Oh, good move from Pearce. Is he in? Yes, he's in. Gary Pearce. Well, Sean Edwards is protesting. But Gary Pearce, he cost £60,000 from Llanelli. And my word, he might have paid a large chunk of that back. 9 points to 6 for Hull now, and suddenly when the game looked to be going away from Hull, they're back in again. Lovely dummy from Pearce, and then he used his weight to get over. One or two doubts from the Wigan players, but referee Holsworth right on the spot.
£60,000, Ray, but when he gets back to Hull tonight, they'll give him £160,000. This try took some scoring. He's a strong lad, this. He's just come into our game. He does well here. Knocks one tackle off. Has two men, and Elian is a very strong man. Gets over, just on the line. And this is what we said again. It just shows you one side's been attacking for 20 minutes. Hull have one chance and take it. Cup football. Good football by this lad. Runs in young Pearce. Knocks Ellery off. Now watch it.
And Pearce to take the kick. Difficult one. He's got a very, very strong wing. He's been looking to curl this ball around. It looks a good one, and it is. Superb kick from this lad. He holds the points record in rugby union for Llanelli with 420. And there is a kick which I'm sure will put a lot of heart on Humberside. 11 points to 6 now for Hull. And what a game we've got on our hands. 12 minutes left, but I somehow still think this game isn't over, Alec.
What was we saying about this Gary Pearce? 100,000, they'll make him Lord Mayor of Hull after this. What a lovely goal, struck it well, straight in the middle. Now, Ray, we'll see what a try does to Hull. It picked Wigan up, and will it pick Hull up? And surely the tactics have got to be down the field.
And there they are, and Gary Pearce is putting them down the field, but well judged by Hampson. And Michael Ford, the number 14 substitute, just slipped on the field for Richard Russell. I think Graham Lowe wants a little bit more movement around the half-backs. Ian Roberts.
We'll go back to the tackling again now. You'll see what a difference a try makes, and you'll have Hull knocking everything down what stands up. But Wigan are determined. They realise that they've got to score another try, and they've got to score it quick.
Case. Edwards again, and this looks like the lad to do it. He's got Hanley on his outside. He's going for that corner. Can he beat Kemble? He surely must. And he's in. Now he must take it round to the post. Well, they did very well, Hull, to stop him there. But Hanley in again for that second try. But it was the work of Shaun Edwards, my man of the match here for Wigan. He darted, he shot through, he spotted the gap, and he put a beautiful pass out there to Hanley. But again, all credit to that whole defence. They kept Ellery Hanley from going under the post. He was desperate to get under the post there, because of course this 2 points difference for the goal kicker, it could be crucial, and he certainly looks to be in some pain. And it looks to be Henderson Gill trying his luck at the kicks. Well, we've had David Stevenson earlier on. Gill has been kicking this season. He's got 52 already. And a vital one. Hull, of course, winning the game 11 points to 10. Just that 1 point in it, that Lee Crooks drop goal way back in the 9th minute. A lot of pressure on this lad, and a strong wind facing him. It looks good, and it is good. So suddenly, from the deepest, darkest depression with those Wigan fans, Henderson Gill puts them happy again. 12 points to 11 now for Wigan. 9 minutes to go.
And this is a magnificent try by Wigan. And again, it's all made by this little number 7 here. Flicks the ball out here. Could they have won the game? Here he comes now, number 7. He flicks through the ball, Shaun Edwards, with just what using support, Ellery Hanley. Should Gary Kemble have took him above? Should he stopped him from going round the sticks? By going round the legs, he allows him to come 10 yards in, and could this have cost him the game? And this is again, Wigan look very, very dangerous. They've just had a try, they've just had a, you know, they're under pressure. We said we had to score quick, and here he is. Shaun Edwards flicks it out to Hanley. He's flying for the corner. I think Campbell should have took him above. He allows him to come that extra 10 yards and allows Henderson Gill to kick the goal.
But it's Wigan smiling, Wigan in possession. 8 minutes to go in this semi-final, and Hull desperate for the ball, and they get it. Now then, will Hull use the pack again?
I think we'll just see a drive to the sticks from Hull Ray. They know that a point will get them a draw and maybe a replay.
Oh, good run there. Good run from youngster Neil Puckering, another strong, fit, young forward coming on the field. Patrick to Crooks. Crane, Pearce again. And a costly loss there, and Rob Lowe coming back on the field there. South African second row for Dean Bell. Good work. Had a good game this forward, had a good test series against Australia. coming back to the sort of form we saw him display out in Australia in 1984.
It's really been a magnificent game of rugby, Ray, from both sides. There's been some tremendous tackling, there's been some great football, and really this is a credit to Rugby League.
Case. And played in the best of spirits, Alec.
Yes, there's not been one caution in the match, so that shows you that even though it's Christmas, there is a lot of good spirit about.
To Ford. Wigan in difficulties with these kicks. The force of this wind, they're having to keep them low, keep them short. Windley to Dannett. Six minutes to go. Hull just trailing by that 1 point. 12 points to 11, and here's a chance. Schofield. Whenever this lad Gary Schofield gets the ball, these cherry and white shirts enveloping. He's the danger man. Bad slip for Hull. Henderson Gill. Wigan coach Graham Law was telling me how he likes his team to play to a set pattern, both attack and defence, but he also allows his players to turn on what he calls the razzle-dazzle, and surely we've seen that this afternoon from those two tries from Hanley. 5 minutes left, Wigan holding on grimly to this 1 point. But I think they've got to get out of this half, Alec, haven't they?
Yes, I won't be surprised now if you see the little chip, and there it is, and it could also lead to a try.
Good covering back there by Hull number 9, Sean Patrick. Crooks. Windley.
I think what Hull have not got to do, they start panicking. They're tending to throw the ball anywhere, but they realise they've 4 or 5 minutes to go, and one drop goal will tie the game.
That's a good driving run there from Neil Buckley. But I'm surprised to see Hull, Alec, going through those 5 tacklers there, playing the ball around here. They must get down on the Wigan line. Oh, Joe Lydon there, showing his pace. Hand to Schofield, that's good rugby. 4 minutes left, Wigan winning this semi-final by 1 point. 12 points to 11. Michael Ford to Rob Lowe. Good drive from Goodway. To Michael Ford. He passed the ball without looking where he was passing it to. He anticipated, expected Ellery Hanley to be there, and he wasn't.
I think Andy Goodway, Ray, he's had a good game, this lad. He's the captain of the side, and you know, he's really led the side. He's had the most difficult job. They've stuck him at number 9. They've you know, he's led the side pretty well and played very well.
And a bad slip there from Michael Ford. He had the advantage, he had the ball. Hull's possible last chance then. Gary Schofield to Kemble. Eastwood. This is a strong lad, this. I know Maurice Bamford's looking closely at this boy. Paul Eastwood for the Great Britain under-21s. Two and a half minutes to go. Hull still using these battering rams down the middle. Andy Dannett. Mick Crane. Wouldn't be surprised if Hull...
You've got to go for a drop goal. I mean, they've nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Oh, it's a knock on and back to Pearce. Now here's a chance. Schofield to O'Hara to the corner. Superb tackle. Excellent tackle by Stevenson. Well, 2 minutes left. It's all action. 5 tackles to go. Phil Windley, Crooks. Now we might see a drop goal. Moving the way towards the post. Norton, Campbell, Eastwood. Just couldn't hold his footing.
Really?
One missed tackle here could cost this match. Acoy. Well, I make it 2 more tackles, Alec.
Yes, and tactics have got to be surely to the middle of those posts.
Schofield now, here's a chance, he's got O'Hara for the corner. Oh, that's a magnificent match-winning tackle that by Hampson, it could be. It's in the wind, it looks innocuous. Hull have it, and it's the turnover.
Well, I think that might have been a little bit doubtful, Ray. That ball was actually played by a Wigan man, and referee could have weighed play on there, back to 6, but Wigan's got the ball.
Well, I think, Alec, if Wigan win this game, I think that last tackle there by Stevie Hampson on O'Hara, that was a match winner.
Yes,
no question of it.
The little lad on the floor, that was a tremendous tackle, but that was McDermott on the floor, and Stevie Hampson will be a little bit farther back than that.
Hanley coming again. Wigan hanging on grimly to this ball. 40 minutes have gone. We're in injury time. Oh, that's a tricky kick. To Campbell, and I think in injury time now we might possibly from Hull risk the old-fashioned up and under.
Well, surely, Ray, really, what tactics have got to come into this game, and somebody's got to think a little bit better than what they are doing.
Seconds in injury time, ticking away. Lee Crooks, so that's a good ball to Schofield. That's a better ball. Pearce, it's O'Hara again. He's got 2 or 3 Wigan men to tackle, and a tremendous tackle there again from Potter. A knock-on. Poor Gary Pearce in his excitement there to get that ball away. Knocked on at the acting half-back position, but he's had a good game, this lad.
Well, this is a magnificent tackle. This has won Wigan. If they do win it and they win this match, this has won it. What a magnificent tackle from Stevie Hampson.
And a good scrum there from youngster Martin Dermott. Hooked the ball. Wigan will surely go through these 6 tackles now. Ryan Case driving it one. I think that'll be the tactics now. Send down the first receiver. Rob Lowe holding on grimly to that ball, this South African rugby union captain. We've had a minute and a half of injury time already. 1 point in it, but there's the hooter. It's Wigan through to the final. And that man of the match there, Sean Edwards, how rightly he's deserved that. We had those 2 tries from Ellery Hanley, but it's Wigan through, and I'm sure Coach Graham Law will be confident of this. He'll be looking forward to the winners of Widnes and Warrington next week on Grandstand, but at 12 points to 11, he can afford to smile all the way over the Pennines tonight.
Thanks, Al.